Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and I'm so happy that you have invited me in today to do a little bit of work with you. What we're going to do today is a little bit of a surprise to me, and I hope that it is helpful for you. Any reader will tell you that when we're reading and shuffling the cards like very quickly, very rapidly, one of the things that will happen is that they will jump, they will pop, they will go everywhere. Today I am outside so you can hear the ambient noise. It is the middle of the night, but I felt very called to work, so work we shall. And it's raining, and I think the sprinklers came on too, so we've got a double whammy of ambient noise. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't want to be too loud to wake up everybody. Alright, so let's talk about this. I was coming out here because I had other content to create and make for you guys, some good lessons coming through. But what happened was, as I was getting my cards and selecting what we were going to be working with tonight, because I was guided to do a couple of different readings, a chunk of cards fell out. This is a chunk, and it's from a deck that I haven't used. So I picked up a different deck that I haven't used, and look at God. We love a good color coordination. I didn't do it on purpose, but they did. So we're working with heart-centered issues and energy. So green is the color associated with the heart chakra. Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing, that is, or associated with it as well. So whatever, I literally haven't looked at the cards. The chunk fell onto the floor. I picked them up, and my angel said, do the reading from here. So we're going to find out together what the message is. I have some other clarifying cards, and the wind is not too bad out here, so I think I will be able to lay them here on the table, and we should be good. I've kind of put a fort around with the chairs so you guys can't see. So let's talk about what we have one by one, and then we'll go through, and the angel said they will tell the story. So the first card we have is Birth, which is a number 4. They said the imagery here is going to be really important for you guys, because these are really beautiful cards. Let's see if I can get it focused. Birth. This is an Akashic record deck, and it's very powerful. I enjoy it. A little dabble do you. You don't need much when you're working with this deck in order to get the messages to come through. Next card is a 5. Hilarion. Next card is a 5. And one of the things that's jumping out to me here is ancestors overlooking. They're ghosts, if you really see. They're translucent when he is opaque. There is a bunch of ancestors. You see all the people in the back? They're actually all ancestors, guys. You see that? They're all ancestors. Here, here, and over here. All ancestors. Okay. The next card is the Scribe. I would associate this with the Hermit. We have the Scribe. Number 12, adding up to 3. The Scribe. Beautiful cards. Next card is 2 of Squirrels. 2 Worlds. 2 Worlds. Next card is, I remember this one from reading with this years ago, Views of the Ego. Oh, we have some toxicity here. We're going to clarify it and see what it is. The next card is the Garden. The Garden. The next card is the King of Scrolls. The King of Scrolls. Now this is a deck that when I work with it, because it is Akashic Records and it's so cultivated and very, very specific, I like to read the descriptions because I might supplement a reading with one of these cards because it's very powerful. But we're going to be just figuring out what it means. The next one is Archangel Gabriel, angel of creativity, communication, mothers as well, and children. This is a card for all of my artists and all of my creatives, very specifically. The next card is Loving Elementals. Loving Fairies. Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Loving fairies, loving elementals. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so sweet. The Queen of Roses. Ooh, powerful divine feminine energy. And then the last card, adds add some. Huh. Number 22, which is about relationships. But this looks like it more has to do with being protected, guided, and whispered to by ancestors and angels. Like, what a powerful card. You guys, I almost said, yo, this just happened in my life. Wow. I have goosebumps. The reason that I'm out here, and you'll see it because the content that I will make will have me wearing the same thing, is to document something that I believe I incarnated on this earth to do, specifically, which is to be a record keeper and to teach you. It is a life-saving bit of information that is more esoteric, shamanic, and high priestess based. It is about using all of our senses when we're in spiritual warfare and understanding the different shapes that things take. Stay tuned. And this card is exactly what happened as I was dealing with it. My angels were whispering. You see how the angels are whispering to her? I had my ancestor, a masculine father energy, and God knows who else looking over me. Ascended masters is how I would interpret his energy over here. Yeah, fantastic. All right, so let's get into it and let's see what the story is. I don't get the story until you get the story. This is fresh, or they say late breaking news. So we're going to get to work. And hopefully I don't wake up the whole house. What a plop, 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 bloop, bloop, bloop. Mercury retrograde. Emotionality in Pisces. That's what it wants to do. Words. Oh, God. We're going to get through it together, though. We are going to get through it together. We're all in this together. High School Musical may be symbolic. High school. Alright, let's clarify. We're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot to clarify. Guys, trying to keep my decency. Also, it's cold. I put on long sleeves and everything because I know it's going to be... And it's not cold, but it's not warm. It's not warm either. Clarify birth. What are we birthing with the first card? Ooh, our healing. I just heard dream. Dream, dream, dream. When I something. I don't know what it is, but the star card here, which is adding up to number 8, which is about abundance, but also a wish and fate. What I love about this, in every tarot deck, there is different depictions, and that's why tarot readers end up having the addiction of having hundreds of decks. I am guilty as charged as well, because the depiction and the imagery is different for everybody. But what I tell you guys all the time, your intuition is what is actually divine. And before there was ever a tarot or a card, there was your mind. Okay? But here's what you need to know about this, and this is why this is such a beautiful... The Light Seers Tarot was created... Oh, and this is a card that slipped in the deck. I'm sorry. Let me finish my thought. The Light Seers Tarot was created to demystify and to, like, reverse the fear that some people have with tarot cards, because some of the imagery can be scary. So this is a very beautiful, effervescent, uplifting card. Even the Ten of Swords, which is a very betrayal, stabbed in the back 10 times, that card is depicted as just birds flying away. It's very fascinating. But as I split the deck here, I have the Queen of Pentacles. The thing is, this does not belong in this deck. One of these things is not like the other, but here's what I want you to see and understand when that happens, because things will get mixed up. And again, this reading was born of a mix-up. So that's also a part of the reading, and that's part of the theme. Something that was born of a mix-up will end up how this ends up, and it needed to happen exactly how it did. Because you were supposed to be independent, kid. You were supposed to be wealthy and single, and you were supposed to be abundant. There's a lot of verdant green here. Oh, she's enrobed like me with a wreath on her head. You cannot make this shit up. I tell people all the time, spirituality is such an incredible Invest into your spirituality, guys. It has saved my life more times than I can tell you, and it guides me. But here we are today. The only thing I didn't do was adorn myself with a jewel. And that's because I'm literally away. I'm not at my home. So, okay. Here's what I will tell you. Peacock energy. Yes, you're getting back you're getting back, okay. It's all coming in really fast. You are calling back in your power, and you're reclaiming your power, is what they're saying. You're reclaiming your power, guys. You see this? You are reclaiming your power. You're taking back your power. Also, the Nine of Pentacles is about being independently wealthy and abundant, or having finances, being good on your own, being happy and good on your own. The peacock is also indicative of getting your power back in other ways. Now, when we go back to the star, clarifying the birth, you are healing. So you're in a new cycle, a new period of gestation, energetically and emotionally is what's happening for you. And I love the star card here because this depiction is fantastic. It's literally her sitting crisscross applesauce and pulling down her wish. I'm hearing I really need a wish right now from the star. She's literally saying, God, you promised me this. Where is my wish? If I have one wish, if that. So she's calling in exactly what she wants to have happen in her life. And that is literally how we harness our dreams and come out of dark nights. Is to say, wait, you promised me something different. This isn't it. So pull it in. Clarifying the Hilarion, which is the ancestors overseeing. I love this. I love this so much. This reading is divinely guided. Here's what's happening. What I want you to focus on is all of the ancestors that are these ghostly figures in the background. The clarification of Set is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords in any tarot has to deal with specifically moving away from a tumultuous time, a time of unrest. And it's not just about like you're moving away from the time. It literally and absolutely specifically in regular tarot, the Rider-Waite and other traditional decks, there is a ancestor like the ones here that are in the ghostly figure that is driving the boat while you are covered with your head cloaked, and they're kind of like getting you out of dodge. Imagine yourself as like a celebrity and you are being covered by your bodyguard, except it's filled with your ancestry. So an ancestor is saying, we've been watching what's going on, get on the boat, get across the moat, get away from this inclement weather. There's a storm that's been brewing back there. You don't lose any more of your patience. You're not pulling out your hair. We are going to handle you like precious cargo with care. Now, what I love about this is that you do not see the ancestors here, though they show up, so I know what's happening. And you see how the sea's stormy, and the swords have to do with communication. But she's doing this on her own. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. She's leaving a home and the only place that she's ever known. The red has to do with being grounded again back into the ancestry. So that's about root chakra energy, and it's about feeling stabilized once again. Not very stable on a stormy sea, but when you see the Six of Swords, you are getting back to a place of happy. In one hand she carries a suitcase, and in the other hand she's literally holding onto her hair. Handle with care. That holding onto the hair has to do with self-soothing, okay? If I study a lot of body language, you guys check out the behavioral panelist and Spidey, the guy, I forget what his channel is officially called, but the twirling of the hair is what we do when we are either mating. Sometimes we're like crimping and saying, look how beautiful I look, or it's a comfort and self-soothing thing, depending. And I think it's really interesting that the artist chose to depict that here, because what she is doing is getting the hell out of there. So in your life, there's a situation that you decided that you had to get the hell out of, that you did not deserve what was happening, and you move forward. But here's the kicker that I love for you. Ancestors guided you to do exactly what you did do. You were guided, you were spoken to, and when I share the, please watch. If you see me in this in this beautiful wrap in another video, watch it. Every empath here, everybody that is spiritual needs to understand exactly how powerful we are guided and we are shown things. It's not just for people that are practitioners. Everyone's psychic. Everyone's a practitioner. The power is in you. We're a planeteer. You could be one too. Saving our planet is a thing to do. Well, my job on Earth is to save you the best way I can. I'm nobody's Jesus. But my God, I will share a lesson with you. If I went through it, I will teach it. All right, so the next card is the Scribe. The clarification of the Scribe is the Knight of Cups. Written in the stars, a million miles away. Oh, and the next card is, I love it. It's so good. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it when you eat it. I love it. Ooh. Before I have the Knight of Cups, an offer, a proposal, also immature, flighty energy. This is F-boy energy too. And you're not interested. You both right behind, back to back. We have the Four of Pentacles and we have the Four of Cups. What these two cards indicate, four is like not putting the work in, or four is about putting the work in, but with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, both of these cards are about withholding. And it means that you understand your value. And I know that you understand your value because the card that I pulled here is the Queen of Cups, which is you in a more balanced state. This is associated with Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio energy, water sign energy, but it's also indicative of divine feminine energy. Except, sometimes when readers see this, we see someone who can people please, or be codependent, or overgive. Toxic in that way. Guilty. Been there, sis. Do that. Have those moments. Reform. Work on it. Get back in the gym. But what I will tell you is that it means that people think that they can pull the rug over your eyes to a certain degree because there is a perception of permissive energy. I love the counterbalance of these cards. The Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups says, I'm not interested. That's what's up. The reason that that is so powerful for you is withholding energy from immature offers. This is a knight. And if you're a queen, what kind of chaos is that going to bring? It always brings chaos. Trust me, I look at it every day. But what I want you to understand is that it doesn't matter what kind of romantic stuff abounds. Hat in hand, flowers in hand. And it doesn't mean that you don't deserve offers in romance or dating or whatever. But what it does mean is that you are scripting with the Scribe here for a better future. With that 333, Ascended Masters are saying, what do you really want? So it's time to write down, but also understand what is written in your Akashic records, as this is the Akashic record card. You need to understand that you have a destiny. You have slotted, fated destinies that you intercept all throughout your life. You have connections that you were supposed to meet. Just like trains connect and you have to catch one or you miss another or whatever, the same thing happens with your toxic ass twin flames or your soulmates or your everybody, from energy vampires to the most positive earth angels. You have these destined assignments to meet them and to work with them for however long that contract is. And I will make a separate video about that, but we sign these contracts, but it means we agree with our free will to work with another party until we don't. And there doesn't have to be a big dissolution of the contract or closure. If you are spiritual and if you pay attention to the next lesson that I will teach, you don't need anybody to touch and agree. When it's time, like the Six of Swords that we just pulled previously, you move away and you set yourself free. And sometimes you may not want to move away, or you may be not sure. And that's why the Six of Swords is so important, because the ancestors and angels are sure for you. So sometimes, have you reflect back on situations in your life where you're like, I'm in danger here, or I don't know what's going on, Will Robbins, and you couldn't make up your mind about it to any degree? That's when you have the Six of Swords energy step in. But the course correction for this here is to write down the new world that you want to see begin. Speaking of new world, we have the Two Worlds, which is the Two of Scrolls. Let's clarify that. It's so cold out here. You wouldn't think that there's any mosquitoes, but it's, they'll find me. The Hangman, no longer stuck. You're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself. And here's what I love, and I want to recommend to someone that you might check into some runes, okay, because these are runic symbols down here. Mgaz is one of them, and it's about chariot and travel. You have choices. Here's the thing. What I'm hearing here is decision fatigue. with two worlds, anytime I see two, I think of an imbalance. And so one of the things that your angels need you to understand is that you do have to be directional and purposeful about how you want to move forward. But the world is your oyster, but choose wisely. Give me one more on that Seven of Cups. Yeah, choose wisely, because that's what you're heading towards, is happiness. The Ten of Cups, partnership. Love to see it. Shout out to my LGBTQIA as well. Even if you are straight, no matter. But partnership is as well aspected. Someone here may be wanting to adopt a child or to have a kid as well, is one of the things that I just channeled there too. Touch one thing and girl, it'll just do it. The next thing is the Four of Roses. I love this here. Views of the ego. Whew. Our ego will keep us stuck in situations that we have no business in. Again, there's a lot of themes of isolation and moving on. Even though this is a mirror that they're looking in, I see it almost like a cloche that's placed over him. And I think that that's really interesting, because that's how it kind of looks to me, is like the top is a handle and it's a cloche. And he is supposed to set himself apart. Clarifying the views from the ego is the hermit, literally setting himself apart. Because when you're in a hermit stage, that's when you are actually able to reflect and take in, what do they need to know about the views of the ego? Ace of Wands. Don't let your passions and your, what may seem like, I'm channeling that song from the Bill Cosby, and this is probably ironic and not coincidental. It was his special that was just probably one of the funniest things he ever did. It was like the late 70s, early 80s. And the intro song, I'll never forget it. It was a good idea at the time. And if that doesn't sum up Bill Cosby's life, speaking of ego and hubris, right? I think that's why they had me channel Bill Cosby. Also, his penis took him away, meaning his perversions, his passions, his sexual proclivities, the Ace of Wands, took him out. Now, normally the Ace of Wands is fantastic. That does mean some B. That's the eggplant in the tarot. That's like the eggplant emoji. But what I see it as, and whether you are a woman or a man, cisgendered, whatever, trans, what can be your detriment? And I know that that's true. Here for you. Pay attention to the people that you surround yourself with too. And I think that there's some parallels here, because we see three people that he sees on the other side. It's really him. So this is more of an existential crisis that is being had here. But it means that someone in your life, when this card comes up in the Akashic deck, this is about someone in your life who was operating out of their lowest vibrational self. So it's a confirmation for you. And also was triangulating you with the Three of Cups here. One more. And keeping you stuck. Two of Pentacles. You get it? So you, and so even if they were triangulating you with themselves, with their ideas, with bad ideas, whatever the case may be, they were keeping you stuck and they were triangulating you actually. So you set yourself free. Next card here is the Garden here. Five of Roses. Five is about change, very specifically, and you're moving into something with the Four of Wands where you're actually happy. You are not happy. It's what I'm seeing here. I can't make it up. Look at this. Look at this. This would be a relationship, or this is happiness with yourself. These two cards together are a happy marriage, quite literally. It's about, you know, when you're around someone and you're like tolerating them, versus when you really enjoy your partner. Have you guys ever seen people that like really enjoy their partners, or really enjoy their friendships, or enjoy their parents, and they laugh and they joke and stuff is light and they're able to communicate? The cups mean that there's real love. Hey, I'm searching for a real love. You have real love that is going to be coming into your life with the Garden. Something is growing. Something is growing good for a change, is what I heard. Because five has to do with change. You've learned your lesson. Five is also Saturnian energy. Clarifying the King of Scrolls. The next card is the King of Scrolls, which is you taking your power back, masculine energy. This is about entrepreneurship as well, and accusations is what I almost said. Accusations. Why did I say accusations? I'm going to pull a card on that. Accusations. I was going to say acquisitions, but let's see what accusations are. Temperance. Sagittarian energy. When a reader sees Sagittarius energy in the tarot, when they're in a lower vibration, they are like also the quintessential F-boy of the zodiac. A cad, someone who is not focused, but it also has to do with balance. Let me see if I can get the full story. Ace of Pentacles. They're sending in an energy to stabilize or help you to stabilize after someone imbalanced you. When Sagittarius is in a higher vibration, we're dealing with philosophy, we're dealing with travel, we're dealing with interesting conversations and all the rest of it, right? And I know that that's what you're getting with the Ace of Pentacles. This is a stabilized, evolved Sagittarian energy, which is wonderful to see. And the next card is Archangel Gabriel, number 3, Ascended Masters, quite literally. As we're dealing with number 3, Archangel Gabriel, what do my creatives need to know? It is really raining. Like, I thought it was going to blow over. I might have to go inside, but I can't. Justice. Wow. Justice. So this is Libra energy. Libra has to do with partnership. This has to do with balance. Let's get some more information on that. The Five of Pentacles. Someone feels left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles. Or leaving someone out in the cold. Archangel Gabriel. Leaving someone out in the cold got you back to your creativity. Sometimes I'm like interpreting the messages and I'm like, oh yeah, that's... I made it a little bit more complicated than it had to be. Walking away, whoever is watching this, walking away from a connection or a relationship or whatever, actually put you back in alignment, which was fair. Also, it was just. And I know that because we had the ancestors show up earlier, it was just and it was the right thing for you to do, to walk away from this, to rebalance it. Especially with that views of the ego, that means that you were dealing with someone very toxic. I wish I had the book so that I could read it for you, so that you could hear. And maybe I'll have to circle back when I am back home and get you my guidebook and read that to you. But that's really powerful. It means that you have work to do, and it means that you now can start to push yourself to your furthest regions of exploration and creation, thinking and travel, and the rest of it. Does that make sense, guys? But solo, actually. Solo, see, that's what I heard. You're supposed to be solo, so I love that for you. I love that for you. That works. Loving elementals. Speaking of love, look at how they're just dovetailing this reading together tonight. I just feel so blessed. Loving elementals, and I love this. I love the fairies. I do. All right, clarifying. I see cumulus clouds, 84 degrees. Let's take a long walk. I'm channeling Jill Scott. And again, we have the Six of Swords. So, now this happened in my life, in real life. But what I'm hearing is your loving elementals help get you out of something. So whether it was Ascended Masters, whether it was fairies, whether it was your ancestors, whether it was just your good old-fashioned intuition. But it's not just your intuition here, so I don't want to discount your intuition. But with the loving elementals fluttering around, specifically, you had guidance and or confirmation. People came in and confirmed, because I think a lot of us do our work and we kind of know what's going on, but people came in and confirmed and were sent in and dispatched in. You know, sometimes demons are dispatched in, and if you're lucky, you get a couple of amazing fairies, and or you get some angels and ancestors, and they are all amazing. But they were guiding you out. Let's see what they were guiding you out and away from with the Six of Swords. They were guiding you back to your strength. Someone was siphoning your energy. Someone was stealing your power. Someone was helping you not to feel your best. Someone was breaking your heart. God bless. And you're getting so balanced. Balanced again. And you get to be in your duality. I love this card. Part beast, part divine feminine, indeed. There's been a lot of lion downloads that I've had recently in the last few days, and I may just do some quick videos of the vignettes of the information that I have here. This is really beautiful. You're getting your strength back, and these loving elementals knew that. They wanted you to get back here. They were like, you need to get back to the part of you that's both strong and confident and sexy and powerful and intelligent and free. And you can't do that when someone is attached to you. So clarify the Queen of Roses. This is divine feminine energy. You are beautiful. Not only are you beautiful, you're powerful. This is a powerful energy, this red. This is about power, visceral healing here. This is about opulence. Clarify it. I can't make it up. Opulence. Popular. You're gonna be popular. I'm not Kristen Chenoweth, but I'm going to tell you that Ace of Pentacles says that you are going to be just so stable. It's not just about abundance. Now something can grow. You freed yourself up, and the roots can grow. Clarify what they need to know. It's a new world. It's a new day. It's raining on me. I feel it on my face. So let's see. Well, how much longer I say out here with the World card here? This is fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. This is such a powerful. Oh, it's a number 3, and what it means is that it's the end or the beginning of a cycle. Something is ending and something begins. I love this so much for you, and it's karmically meant to happen. You can see on her dress, all of the chakras are present and accounted for. So it means that you have gotten rebalanced and you're ready for more, more, more. Hey, how do you like it? How do you like it? You're ready for what the world has in store. You're ready for what your angels and ancestors have in store. You're ready for new vistas, new adventures. You're ready for new connections. You're ready for new opportunities and finances. You're ready to strike out. You're ready for another round of IVF. There's someone here that I keep channeling recently that's trying to have a baby. You're ready. You're ready. Can I get another round? You don't think you can, but you can. And you're going to. And you're also ready for a new boo. And let me tell you how I know you're ready for a new boo. Let's talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. The Queen of Roses is in a red robe, and your boo is matching you, and he only has eyes fixated for you. This is a King of Wands. This is fantastic energy. This is juicy sacral healing for sexual healing and energy. But remember, I keep telling you about the lion. There's something about loyalty. There is something about the pride. There is something about taking things in stride. Clarify that, King of Wands. What do they need to know? Just in case my girlies here don't want a new beau. Ooh, you don't. It's not just that you don't. You have anxiety, but I'm going to tell you that you do. You know that kombucha meme? You do. You know that when the girl's like taste the kombucha and she's like, I don't like it. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Maybe. That's how your energy is. Your angel said. The Queen of Wands just came out. A matching pair. But what is separating the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands here, for those of you that are embarking on relationships or are calling it in, is your anxiety and past triggering, okay? 8 of Swords. So that's something you have to work on, but I know that it's being sent in because this is a soulmate card, the 6 of Cups. Somebody that you've known before, and you have to do the work. I will disclaim this before we head to our last card. My loves, love isn't hard, and these soulmate contracts that you have can be easily broken by just people being duplicitous. It doesn't take much. And if you're like, well, how will I know? And blah, 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 blah. You'll know. If you're watching this channel, you'll know. It's not anything you have to overthink. People breach contracts all the time, and they're allowed to. That's free will. But what I won't let you do, my loves, is gaslight yourself into thinking that you didn't get it right or you didn't understand correctly. You did. You absolutely did. And they absolutely will eventually in time. But you're so loved, as you can see by all of the beautiful ancestor imagery behind me. Or, wow, I guess I have ancestors that just give me goosebumps behind me. All of the beautiful ancestor imagery that I saw in the cards in front of me. Now I'm looking at my auric field around here. That's crazy. Oh, thank you, ancestors. Give thanks with a grateful heart. I am so grateful for the ways you guys have loved me and did your part above and beyond and swooped in. I love you so much. But listen, guys, whoo, what they're saying here is don't gaslight yourself into thinking that whatever it was wasn't. You're dispatching the people's life, but you're so loved is what they're saying, is that they're not going to let anything carry you away. You know, we've all had moments in our life where we felt a little bit blindsided, for sure. I can't say that I experience that very often, and the video that I'm going to teach here shortly will explain why. My ancestors and angels are always by my side, and they're always by your side. It doesn't mean that everything has ideal outcomes, but really for our highest self, because that's what the Akashic records are really about, it is your ideal outcome. Whatever happened and however it played out was for your highest good. And no matter what you feel, for their highest good too. Even if everything was nullified, it is for the better of you. And so I want you to be here on this channel and be focused on what was right for you. Because as empaths, with that Queen of Cups that came out earlier, then over-loving and codependency and worrying about somebody else who's not worried about you is the way we used to be. But what are those Four of Pentacles and those Four of Cups said? We're holding back on that. That's enough of that. It's over for that. Last card before we end the reading. Add some. So what I see here is specifically what we're talking about is all of the help that you had as you were researching and studying. And I often say that I feel like a scientist and a student here. I'm always learning. And as Maya Angelou says, when you learn, teach, and when you teach, learn. And so I really pay attention to my karmic contract with you, the collective, that I am supposed to bring this to you specifically. The card 22, the number is 22. Moving on with the Chariot, I am so proud of you. With powerful, balanced energy. Things are black and white sometimes, indeed. And what I mean by that is that when you're being gaslit, it's blurry, okay? There is this illusion energy. Very Piscean energy, Neptune energy. However, you are the Empress. God bless the Empress. You are standing and you are pregnant again. Remember, we have the first card. I love it when they do it. The angels just thank you for this beautiful reading. I'm so grateful, guys. First card was birth. Birth. The first card was birth. You are pregnant with something. And it's a new way. It's a new day. It's a new beginning. It's new things that are happening for you. It's new soul contracts. It's new financial opportunities. It's new realms of study. It's new entrepreneurial investments and ideas. It's a new body for you guys that are getting your body done. They're going to be on your body. For people that are getting their body done or they're going for a run and that's how they're doing their body. It's new contracts coming in with the Hierophant. This is a card of marriage. And if you don't want marriage, it just means that there will be people that come in that don't void the contract, that actually love you. The Ace of Cups. I love that for us. That help you heal from the heartbreak that happens when maybe you don't pay attention and understand when to stop and go. This is the Three of Pentacles, but I'm hearing Kenny Rogers. You gotta know when to hold them. I almost said Kenny Chesney, and that's Somewhere With You. I have a short up here that is a channeled message about that song. Someone wants to be somewhere with you. It's not one you want to be with, but they want to be with you now that you're the Empress. Someone misses you. But anyway, that's not my business, and that's not your business either. We're onward and upward. Thank you guys so much for joining me. That was such a beautiful and impromptu reading. The chunk of cards, which are like every reader's like, why do they all fall, or why do they all fall out? And sometimes if you see readers reading, or you work with a reader, or you watch a reading, they'll say, I'm not taking all of these. Like, we talk back to our spirit team because we're like, it's too much. But tonight they said, it's just enough. And I am grateful that I was able to bring that to you and that I was obedient to listen because we had some work to do. Congratulations on passing a test and leveling up. That's the final tidbit, the most delicious part. Whenever anything has to do with the word Akasha or Akashic Records, Akasha meaning the ethers, it's an Indian Sanskrit word. What it means is that you have been given access to a new realm and a new level. You on a whole nother level. Now, what do they say? New levels, new devils. They'll be dispatched in two. But right now, you have regenerating, recuperating, and reevaluating work to do. It's a new you, Empress. And whether you want a new you, body-wise, a new you, mind-wise, new realms of study. Some of you guys are going back to school. A new boo. Remember that you are writing down what you are bringing to you. Your word is your wand. And apparently you have some magic work to do. So good sharing energy with you. Come back and join me next time, guys. We'll continue to evolve together.